This conference has been an outstanding event with very good, very high quality presentations of people from overall the world. I have been talking now with people from South America and even people from other parts of the world that have come. So it's a very international event and very high quality presentations. Yeah, it's a need also for the society and also for the research community, because we need to meet and to exchange ideas, and it's the way to foster the new innovations that are coming into the world. Yeah, this is the way to do. They are needed. Yeah, absolutely.
Jest to był projekt, który miał właśnie na celu łączenie nauki z biznesem poprzez nawiązywanie kontaktów w głównej mierze, czyli przełamanie tej bariery naukowej naukowców w stosunku do przemysłu, jak i również nasze centrum posiada punkt kontaktowy do spraw transferu technologii, który łącznie z Wrocławskim Centrum Transferu Technologii rozwiązuje te problemy, które są związane z właśnie współpracą nauki z biznesem.
Chodzi o to, żeby dotrzeć z tą wiedzą do ludzi, którzy mogliby z niej skorzystać. I tutaj jakby widzę duże pole do działania, bo sądzę, że już dotrzemy do konkretnej platformy właściwie tak informacyjnej, gdzie możemy szukać partnera po stronie nauki, to już się dogadamy.
These conferences, network science conference in particular, they focus on building a discipline. Therefore, they focus on young scientists. For example, we have Best Poster Award, typically done by new researchers joining the field. We also pay attention to invite the best researchers in the world as keynote speakers. That gives them a chance to interact with the best mind, doing the best current research, and also enable them to see where the field is going. In, for example, both panels which we have with participation of these keynote speakers and with keynotes, that was a beautiful presentation of what is going on and what plans these scientists have for the future. So we hope that they would inspire young scientists participating here into looking into these directions and participating and joining. Additionally, we have 9 invited speakers who were in the middle of their career. So again, that's the middle age or still young generation, and that was also very exciting to see where they pushed a new field in new directions. So that was also very inspiring. And that was, of course, in addition to the contributed papers in which we had much more young scientists participating, presenting, and sort of discussing their research. So in short, I would say that was a great meeting to meet young colleagues for the young scientists, to meet new leaders emerging today, but also to see the leaders who are co-founders of the field and see their ideas. Great opportunity for growth.
it is also important that all the researchers, we have here all the researchers from the whole world. So we have from many continents, from Asia, there are people from Africa, and I think it's amazing for Wrocław, for Poland, and for the conference that all the people from around the world can meet and can be at the same place in Wrocław.
About the conference, I really like this very enthusiastic atmosphere in here, and in the panel session many people are raising questions, so it was really good discussions. I was really motivated about that.
So the conference is remarkable. There have been at least a couple wonderful keynote presentations. So Brianus, you've made showed wonderful results about the publication analysis.
So I think it's quite a lot, actually. So, one of the things that, Poland is really well known for and continues to be a leader in is really on the quantitative side of network science and data analytics. So Christian's talk, for instance, really the cutting edge of quantitative methods. And it would be fantastic to be able to begin to collaborate with people who are really on the frontier of like the best quantitative, statistical, mathematical models, and work in the US that's potentially more qualitative, more question focused, and like what's the latest thing you want to look at. You combine those two things together and I think you got yourself a great mix of research. So I would say most important thing of all is always follow problems that you yourself are incredibly interested in. Research is a very tough game. Academia is a blood sport, and unless you're really committed and very excited about the stuff you're researching, it's hard to stay committed through the ups and downs of the review process, no results, until you get to the final thing that's really, really rewarding.
So I would like to talk today about the conference which we are having here in Wrocław. This is the 11th conference in the series of network science conferences, and the second in the sub-series called X, Experimental. The idea of these conferences, experimental conferences, is to find new emerging groups of network scientists which would be energized by the conference like that. And I have to say with the pride that we were very successful in that. We have 230 participants from 30 countries, from practically all continents, joining us together with the leaders of the field who were invited as keynote speakers. That created an environment of very vibrant intellectual environment of discussions, meetings and talks which everybody enjoyed. That's the part of the Engine project which brought to Poland funds from European Union in order to build and energize groups of researchers involved in this project in Wrocław Polytechnic, but also at universities across Europe. And in this series of conferences, the one which we are having now is the largest, but previously we had another 5 conferences. And also the very big benefit of this project was that we were able to involve researchers from outside, like myself. My home university is in US, but thanks to the funding from EU, I was able to participate, help with the conference, help initiating new papers, new collaborations, building groups, and many of my colleagues, both in US and Europe, join us. So as the result, it was a lot of growth and improvements in research done here locally at Wrocław Polytechnic.
It's all about networking. In my experience in life, networking is probably the most important thing you do in science. Well, it's true in everyday life, your friends and family and so on. But in science, it's particularly important because science is becoming more and more interdisciplinary. and it's very difficult to develop interdisciplinary projects and collaborations if you don't know people personally. You really need to have a drink with them or eat with them and sit down and talk with them to develop the kind of understanding that you need to have of another discipline in order to be able to do really exciting, collaborative, interdisciplinary work. And that's the future for science. It has to be. Sure. That whole EU program for collaborative networking type projects is actually very important. I've been involved in several, and they've been critical in enabling me to become a collaborator with people in other disciplines that I would never have been involved in, and that's particularly true of physicists and computer scientists. So all my collaborations with physicists and computer scientists, which have played a very important role in developing our ideas, have come as a result of EU network projects.